ACE is a class where you do, it's made for academic competition enrichment. You do school competitions like SimCity or Future City and ham radio. Normally there's quite a lot of work involved, and it's always a really fun class.
Yeah, everything from solar cars to city building. Well, Future City is it's an engineering contest in city building with several components. One of the first components is the research essay, and then we have the SimCity virtual design. Then we have the city narrative essay, which describes everything in our city. Then we have the city model, which is this thing you see here, and we have the presentation, which we actually go to the Georgia Future City competition and present, and we have hall judges there too that just go around and ask questions on the specific topic they're judging for.
This year's topic was stormwater runoff and water conservation in general, basically. We had to find creative ways and futuristic ways to deal with runoff and stormwater pollution.
Anything that's dangerous that's on the ground, even non-dangerous, all gets picked up by that runoff. You know, all the water flowing, just sucking the storm drains, which go directly into the rivers.
One of the solutions that we had for this was we put in things called grassy swales, which are they're kind of like retention ponds for everywhere, but they're not retention ponds. Well, in our city we had these little things here and these little things lining the roads, and also over here, that they will take in the water and it will gradually go into the ground, and they don't look like these just big holes in the ground. What we had to do was had to make a practical yet beautiful source in our city.
We also have this thing called PMBR, which is based off an existing technology called MBR, membrane bioreactors.
This is an example of one.
In our earthquake-resistant pipes that are flexible, what happens is the holes are so small. PMBR stands for picopore MBR, and if you don't know, a water molecule is about 3 picometers across. So our holes are 5 picometers across, which lets water molecule and only water molecules fit in, which really helps get out almost everything actually. And we basically you can drink the water straight out of those PMBRs because it's really clean. Our Riverwalk system right here, which since our city floods from time to time, what happens is all the sidewalks drop away. This is an example of what would happen on the river, and they would reveal a pattern of grates, which is disguised as concrete when it's not in function, and so the sidewalk would drop away, lower away, and it would reveal a pattern of bricks, which vastly increases our water intake.
We have Magna roads, which work with Magna cars, which are which are cars basically, but they work by magnet power, so they kind of hover along the roads.
I think the best feature of our city is our 3D printing center. Your 3D printing basically lets you just print whatever type of building you need. So let's say there's a handicapped individual in a wheelchair that's buying a home. What we do is we take all the rubble from San Francisco that was destroyed in an earthquake in 2099 and print out sections of the building. And they can be personalized for you. Like if you were in a wheelchair, they could have lower counters, less stairwells, ramps.
We have recycling and a vermiculture area. We also have our growing towers and a recycling center.
So we have to recycle almost everything here. Excluding this big magnet right here, our total budget for our city was less than $10. I mean, all of this. These things were a yoga mat, these buildings right here. These were old makeup containers. These were styrofoam. Yep. We have everything from pill bottles to film canisters to Altoids cans to packing peanuts in here.
It taught you a lot of things about engineering as well as city planning. Civil engineering and things of that nature were very important when you were designing the city. Writing skills and writing as a group for the
teamwork.
Very
much so. There were also a lot of engineering disciplines involved. It's not one thing you learn a lot about. It's basically a lot of different things that seem completely just out there and not related to each other. But if you put them together in a model, you can see exactly how they coexist.
This year we had, since it was a much more refined topic, stormwater runoff, we had to implement many different systems and many different things that would make the city look good and things that would make the city functionable.
We got an award actually for best use of nanotechnology, which was presented by Microsoft.
Everything in our city was built to be specific. So, and our water purification in general was, since we used Pico, and also since we used Pico, that was even a step smaller than Micro, and Nano. Sorry, a step smaller than Nano, and they were the judges were impressed that we had the ability to do that. I enjoyed. There was the SimCity virtual city design. This game would allow you to basically plan out your whole city, and you could build a city from scratch, where you would have a recycling plant in it.
What I like most about it is just the whole teamwork aspect. I mean, we're everyone to work together. I think that skill's really important in life. It's a big life skill. And I think just all the engineering disciplines too, that just teach you so much that you can use later in life. I definitely would consider a career in engineering. I just learned so much.
From what we learned from this, I mean, there was just so much engineering, mathematics, everything we learned from this. There was so many different careers that you could choose just by doing this competition. Ace now is working on a ham radio project, or an amateur radio project. We've been working, all of us, trying to get our amateur radio licenses so we can talk to people.
Hello, I'm Sam.
Hello, I'm Joseph.
We are both licensed. I'm KK4NVJ.
I'm KK4NVI.
And this is our station. Our ham radio club call sign.
Which is KK4OVR.
OVR. Well, main radio setup came from ARL. We hook it all up. We use Bentley money.
KK4MNU, hey Rick.
KK4OVR radio club at our school.
Okay, that
Our ham radio station consists of our main radio, our tuner, a meter for various things, a fuse block, power supply, and a few different antennas. We have contacted basically
Mainly in Georgia.
mainly Georgia, but we do have one contact in California.
We also are going to be doing ERIS, which is a contact with the International Space Station using ham radio. And since we got accepted, we are going to be able to ask them questions, ask the International Space Station questions, and about what's it like to be on the International Space Station. And so we are very glad that we are going to be able to do that.
Thank you, Bentley, for all the things you've done for us.
Thank you, Bentley.